There are only two things that are true. One, the Statue of Liberty does have a face. And two, color variations are real. So hi there brick builders, for a new video, this time about Lego. Especially about the Lego set, free at 8+, with about 1300 pieces, 10 minifigs, a baby, a dog and a wheelchair. Yes, we are talking about the Lego 4346, the Legoland set. Here we already have a look at the package. This is a bit heard already. Since this set is an Legoland exclusive, I had to haul it. Maybe the damage was put in there, or maybe the damage was already on the shelf in Denmark. The set itself consists of a number of sub-assemblies which are not put in a special order or special place. You can put them where you want. The different pieces are also delivered in different instruction sets. There are 5 of them and you can parallelly build them if you like to. So on the top part at the moment we have the real entrance to the real Billund Legoland, and on the bottom part we have the imagination that Lego put itself in the set to represent this entry, which means we get in bricks an entry arch, a little shop, a very little shop, but with prints, which is good, and a ice carriage. The entrance itself does have stickers. You are able to choose which Legoland location you want to put on those tiles, or if you don't want to put anything on those tiles, they are just white. Fun fact in this case, Lego seems to have cogs of all things to have the identification with their own entrance. Maybe those fell out of favor with the real Lego just recently. And for added realism, the ice carriage also carries sausages. Maybe they are also frozen, I don't know. And here we got our first minifig. She seems to be of the janitorial department, does have her broom with her, so she is cleaning. All those minifigs seem to be a bit older and a little less complex with the prints compared to today's standards. But she got 2 faces and a hairpiece that covers the back face reliably. In addition, we have a salesperson for the shop, I guess. She comes without any prints aside from the head at all, but she got her ticket prints and her Legoland stickers. Here we got a little shop again. We have boxes of Lego sets and Duplo sets and Technic sets and our little shop assistant here. The highlight seems to be the cash register, since it has a print. Here we got our sausage and ice stand with the driver who is able to be pushed up by the whole assembly. So there's a grill on there, there is sausages, there is a hot dog, buns, there's mustard, there's ketchup, there is ice. And now in the picture we got the driver. He got prints on the front and the back, and he got 2 hair pieces, which one is a cap and the other is a hair piece, which is quite loose on his head. I don't know if these non-good fitting hair pieces are a standard of Lego, since I discovered those several times now, and I really don't know why Lego doesn't get it, put those pieces as well together as they've managed to do all the other pieces. Here we got the signpost with another figurine. All the signs are stickers, as well as the big map, which is also a big sticker. The figurine itself has a print on the front, and the same problem with the hairpiece. The advantage is with those stickers you can just leave them out or put others on there, so you don't need to have any relation to the Legoland with this part of the set. Here our signpost guy wandered over and got a seat on a bench. He also got his garbage bin next to him and a pot of flowers, and he opened his wallet to put out some money and to have a look at the Legoland map, which of course is a sticker while the money is a print. Also there is another figurine here, a child with a back print and a front print. And she carries her mobile and some ticket. Again, the mobile is a print, while the ticket is a sticker. For that matter, the fact that she is a child and has the short legs which can't be seated, we will have problems to put her in any kind of ride. So stay tuned for that. Here we got a guy in a wheelchair as well as a mom with her baby in a stroller. Since the Legoland itself is more aimed towards smaller children with the rides and with all the Legos in there, it's not really a surprise that there is a mom with a child in there. But for us it seems to be a little odd that they put a guy in a wheelchair of all things in the set, but since this is Denmark, and since Denmark loves to integrate their people into the society, it's not really odd to put a wheelchair guy in the set and of course in the real deal. The guy does have a print in the front and in the back, where the woman only got a front print. The baby, on the other hand, comes with no prints except for the head whatsoever. Here we got a photographer with a sign, of course a sticker, with some accessories and a barrel with some fruits in there to take better pictures. In the real world this would be a shed. But we all know the sun always shines in Billund. Also, the photographer has the short legs, so she can't sit down, but at least she got a print on front and back. And before anybody is striked odd, the stands where I put the figurines on are not in this set, and they're even not from Lego, they're from a Sambo, where Sambo delivers those for every figurine to give it a better stand. Here again the outdoor shop stand with the Lego sets on it. Of course, in reality this is a rather large shop, but as I said, the sun always shines in Billund. And of course it shines on the stickers, even the Lego sign in this case is a sticker. Then we got our first ride, a research submarine with a bit of a sea bottom scenery around it. As far as I'm aware of, there's nothing like that in Billund, maybe in the other Legolands. What is in Billund is a big aquarium. The ship itself can hold 2 figurines, 2 adult figurines, since they need to sit down. Next we got the turning cups, which should be one of the technique highlights of the set, since the cups can be turned from a central point as shown here, and they can be turned by using corks. And for a change, there is a ride very similar to this in Billund, but of course without the parrot. Let's have a look at the observation tower. The original in Billund is yellow, so that's what we're gonna see here. Are we? But nevertheless, we find another figurine, a child with 2 prints on the front and on the back. On top of the tower we got another Lego flag, another flag with a Lego sticker, and the tower can be opened on the roof for easy access of all the figurines, which of them we see the second one here, another child with another back and front print. We can turn this tower by turning the little round brick here on the bottom, the little red one. And I guess that's not only done perfectly well with my hands, but could also be automated rather easily. Let's have a look at the biggest part of the set, the coaster, the dragon coaster. This coaster theme is built after a real coaster in Billund, which has its entry through a castle, and then the first part of the ride is through that castle again, through several rooms with several animatronics, to then speed up and go to a real fast-paced roller coaster ride in the great outside. But back to the set at hand. The ride is much simpler. The track is just up and down and a bit of curves. There is no castle and no animatronics, but what there is a toilet. And most important, the changing room for the toddlers. Again with the stickers on the blanket, of course. Passengers can ride this ride just from the second car upwards, which is correct with the original, where you also can't ride the dragon head. Here we have this part again on the turntable. First the cars are built, then the track with the decorative plates of feet, and after that this castle front with the toilets and the toddler's room. Here we arrived at the part that a Legoland should distinguish from any other recreational park, the Legos. It's true, in Billund you will find a lot of Legos, not only in the factory but also in the Legoland, where they are building a lot of scenery and do have their own attraction, ride, whatever you want to call it, with a lot of animated Legos as well. Here we have a more industrial scenery piece which is also present in Billund. The second part looks a bit like a landmarks all joined together. You got Big Ben, you got the Statue of Liberty, you got the Golden Gate, you got a windmill, I don't know if there is a really famous one, and you got several other pieces like ships and big forests. But that's not exactly something you will find in this way in Billund itself, where they tried mostly to build plausible scenery and not smashed together anything famous from all over the world. The third part is a bit of a more rural area with maybe a factory, maybe a church and a train. Trains are something which you can find in the Billund Legoland anywhere, and where they ride on metal tracks which carry the electric energy. Just like Lego were in the old days. As a fun fact, those tracks are much wider than 6 studs and they run very, very smooth. Here we have the leftover parts, nothing really special. This is the front window of the submarine. If you look closely, you can spot real deep scratches in there. The windows themselves weren't packaged separately, they were in the normal bags, so it might be that the age of the set is a factor in these scratches. In the instructions, Lego works with sub-assemblies and arrows and all that stuff, but again they don't grey out already done steps. And what also struck me were the color differences between instructions and the real ABS. Partly, even if this is a very colorful set, I had trouble to find the correct parts in places because of the colors. When you open the box, you'll find a lot of bags, numbered bags put together in assemblies. Each assembly has its own instructions. So you can build assembly after assembly, or you can give everybody his or her bricks and you can build anything parallel together. There are also 2 sticker sheets, one as set for the different cities you can have your Legoland in, and the other for all the rest. So this set consists of many sub-assemblies which don't give the impression of a complete or at least put together story which would consist in a complete building or a complete environment. These are pieces. These are mostly open air pieces, and these are pieces which might be good to play with, but they don't really are good to display. Also, this set is an exclusive set only sold in Legolands, which should have a bit of adult affection in mind. For me, that's alright. I'm gonna put a lot of it in the city, and I don't care too much of the Legoland aspect of it all. The clutch power of the parts is at about 95% Lego, which is what I would have said if this was another manufacturer, that you get parts that are not really work well together, and that these parts are, for example, with the hair pieces of the figurines, is something that scared me, as well as the color differences between instructions and the real ABS. And due to the fact that you get a lot of assemblies instead of one big thing, Lego couldn't really put odd colors inside, as well as the colors Lego used are well colorful here. So due to the quality of the pieces, this set doesn't compete with something like Kobe. And if you take the pieces and the building techniques and originality, this set can't compete with the likes of Sambo or Mold King. The instructions are good enough. The figurines seem to be more simple, which I guess is because the set is a bit older. I don't have any grief with that, since the less they look like Legoland, the more I can use them in the city. Speaking of that, everything that has to do with Legoland and Lego is done with stickers. For parts, the set isn't really a good choice, since first, the availability is not really there. Second, the set is rather expensive, even for Legos. Third, there are a lot of different parts in for a lot of odd colors. The only thing that is a bit special in this set is the roller coaster tracks. But there are not many of them, and I guess getting them on places like Bricklink would be much cheaper than getting this set. So, who has a benefit from this set? First, of course, this is an exclusive set, so this is a set you buy when you're there and you may gift to somebody else, either someone who went with you or someone else who likes Lego and you were in the Legoland. Secondly, there are a lot of assemblies, true, but you can use those assemblies throughout the city or throughout a recreation park you built yourself. You don't need the Legoland aspect, and you're not forced to, since there are no prints which are forcing you to brand this thing like Legoland or even Lego. Talking about pricing and factoring in that we have about a dozen minifigs and other figurines in there, we also have 1,300 parts, and even in the Lego store we pay about 130 euros, which means we are about the magical Lego 10-cent marker without any discount, which we won't get in the Legoland. Once again, we are in the middle of the building phase. This time I decided to put some real Billund Legoland impressions with the building shots, where we also can see that many hands make a fast work this time, so that after the building we still got a couple of minutes for some stills. But that's it for this video. If you like what you've seen, please press the like button. If you didn't like what you have seen, please press the don't like button. And if you want to tell me what I always do wrong, please comment. And if you really want to have this headache every week, how about subscribing? So, have fun building, have fun watching, and see you.